situation
continue
from
to
not
get
that long
targeted.
ago, back in April 25th, 2022.
Somehow all of these crypto, or not even crypto bros, but like these NFT bros always fall for phishing scams. The oldest and most easily identified me, it was cool.
I'm already pretty baffled by the concept of NFTs, this whole idea of owning through a receipt that kind of says you own the thing it's pointing
Thanks
to.
to the Bits Gaming Man.
Digital assets that are easily replicated. The whole idea of creating artificial scarcity where it doesn't need to be, and turning art into investment opportunities, and in the video game landscape, turning games into investment opportunities rather than a fun form of escape.
Play to
asking
earn,
people
bro. It's
to
the future.
risk financially. And in that landscape, the one thing that especially gets me and baffles me is the idea of NFT real estate. Peter Molyneux released the game where it's kind of dedicated to buying and selling
That's the
NFT
fabled
land
guy.
and also creating NFTs.
Is Peter Molyneux the one behind the Bored Ape MMO? Or is he talking about a different project yet? I'm sure he answers that in a second, but just tell me right now, chat, I gotta know. People used to love Peter Molyneux. He's the tier 1 only Dame. Different one? Gotcha.
Via user-created content and essentially making a whole video game business. Fake real estate, NFT real estate, has become more and more of a thing. And in a recent report, people who invested in NFT real estate ended up losing millions.
Nice, let's go.
What a surprise. So this is an article from news outlet TechSpot. The headline reads, NFT fans lose millions in video game real estate. Why on earth would you want to own digital real estate? Like, in the physical realm, when you buy property, at least it's like you can use it for important things. Be
Cringe.
it to
Real world's
live
cringe.
in a home, or to, start a business and, make it your office space, whatever it might be. But in the digital realm, what do you do with owning real estate that doesn't exist? That isn't...
You're clearly already missing something here. You're not even owning the real estate. You're owning the receipt of the real estate, you fucking swine, which is far more invaluable than the actual real estate itself. So, clearly this is made by someone that doesn't understand the beauty of NFTs. Kind of embarrassing.
Even real. What do you do with a digital house? Except, I guess if you have an avatar, have the avatar inhabit it, but that offers no real value whatsoever.
It's on the blockchain.
The whole point of real estate
what don't
is
you understand?
The whole comfort of having an environment that you can decorate for your purposes and for yourself, and that you can actually walk around in and use. There's actual practical usage for real life real estate and property. In the digital realm, there's just no point. I don't understand people who partake in this kind of stuff, except to, participate in what is essentially a Ponzi scheme where the rich can take advantage to get people to buy something at an exorbitantly high price before it loses its value, and those people are left biting the dust, which is what seems to have happened to these NFT fans. This is related to, surprise, the whole Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT landscape. Here's how the article details this situation. Bored Ape Yacht Club creator Yuga Labs recently made its Other Deed collection available for purchase.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Oh, is he going to show gameplay or just the trailer? Better question. Is there gameplay? I already know the answer is probably no, considering none of these NFT games ever actually come out. There is no gameplay. That's what it was called, right? Other Side? Yep. Just no gameplay. Oh, the gameplay is on Twitter. Okay, let me see. Why did I just type in the same thing again? Oh, here we go.
Today, the gameplay look at a value of overriding 1,009 million by of Ape coin from the Ethereum blockchain
this is the game.
Own. Now, finally, our side team has released a small part of our side gameplay with a teaser, powered by M2 Network.
No, that isn't on. That's not the game. Oh. This isn't it? Kind of looks like Fortnite. Yeah, that's it now. Okay, so this is it.
Pick, jump, look, and move can be activated respectively with the keys Ask, B, T, C, spacebar, mouse moving, and WASD. Probably this layout will not be the final one, and it may be that it will be optimized for use on another platform and devices, as well as PC. The character of Bored Ape Yacht Club take us inside his world.
It looks pretty fucking amazing.
Flying giant island on the horizon.
The WoW
From these
killer.
images, it can be assumed that the dimension of the Other-Side Metaverse map are considerable. You can see various locations already seen in the first teaser trailer for the launch of the Metaverse and the famous Bored Ape Yacht Club house. Inside, there seems to be a rapid travel system based on platform that allow you to fly to various areas of the map. Finally, a large sphere can be seen above the other side light scene.
So needless to say, this was going to be the next great game. Is going to be. Surely they won't give up on it.
And this Other Deed collection is part of a project called Other Side, which is actually...
Oh, there is a video of the gameplay. Don't know why he's only showing screenshots. Okay, let's see that then. I want to see him in motion.
I'm already pretty...
But it's going to look fucking awesome. Thanks to Tier 1 Cash Money and the Prime Flato. Oh, here we go.
Finally, an NFT project actually acted on something substantial that they said they were going to do. That's right, the Other Side Metaverse
And what's that? Lose millions of dollars?
project has officially released gameplay for its metaverse. Obviously, this project is backed by the Bored Ape Yacht Club. It's a huge project, and it had a lot riding on it, so I'm sure it was...
Yo, it's a Bored Ape! Let's go! Woo! Yeah! Bro, this is fucking nuts!
Not too bad. It's very obvious that there's a lot of money into this. This looks very professionally developed. The graphics
What? Is this satire?
now, there is no... While the idea is great, it's basically like playing a video game with no objective. And I think at some point in time, these games are going to have some sort of interact button.
What the fuck is the point?
Adventure mode or some sort of story behind it that's going to keep people into the game. At the end of the day, why would somebody play this open world game over something like Elden Ring or another big game? There really is like less of a point, kind of.
True, because it's trash. What do you mean professionally developed? What they showed was just stock. The only thing that was unique was the Bored Ape model. The rest was stock environments. Thanks to Prime Zany and the resub twists.
Actually a video game, an NFT MMORPG, Bored Ape Yacht Club, having gone so popular, they're trying to expand by creating their own metaverse, essentially, to make it so their NFTs thrive further and they can make more money that way. It's a way to provide users with the ability to obtain land in its upcoming crypto-based MMORPG. If you're into buying fake houses in a digital realm, play Final Fantasy XIV. There's a whole housing market there, except none of it
not
involves
on the blockchain.
any sort of real money transaction. The housing market of that game is strictly confined to the in-game economy of Final Fantasy XIV fake money.
Isn't that
that's
cringe,
strictly
though?
used
Not even
in-game.
play to
So it's
earn?
actually a form of escapism, and the real estate market there is its own fake thing that's part of that fantasy realm, and there's no financial risk whatsoever. It's just a time investment that everyone has to go through. It's an even playing field. But with crypto-based MMORPGs and their NFT-based real estate, you are putting down real money, and there is a risk of losing quite a bit of money. I mean, sure, there is the bet and gamble that you might make a ton of money by selling fake real estate that people are stupid enough to buy, but again, it's a Ponzi scheme, and only a very fortunate few will come out on top. Everyone else below the top of the pyramid will come out with losses. In this specific case,
Speaking of
unfortunately...
losses, I keep pausing this, but I really am interested in the story. It just happened to remind me of Luna. How's Luna doing? We bouncing back? Nope. Whoa, wait, actually, what? Are we? I don't remember now. It's down 26% today, but I don't... Oh, yeah, it's moving. It's coming back! We're almost up to... like 1/1000th of what it was when it crashed. We're coming. Oh, mama, we're coming. Yeah, it's 2/100th of a cent now, but just wait. We're on the come up. What is Luna? It's the biggest Ponzi scheme disaster in crypto history. It used to trade at an all-time high of 116 per token, and then at its all-time low, which only took 5 days to get there, it crashed all the way to like 1/1,000,000th of a penny. Starting to come back now, and that's because it just shut down trading, so the only thing people can do is just hold it instead of just continue to sell it all off. That's the only reason it's going up. But it's actually a pretty incredible story. It was the 4th most bought crypto, billions and billions of dollars into Luna, and then it only took 6 days to go from that to this. It's definitely still trading. I don't think so unless they reopened it over the last 2 days. Because I tried to buy some just to get in on history, and they won't let you actually buy. Or exchange, because I tried exchanging too. Closest thing I could do was wrapped Luna. There's a resub jar. And the prime pizza. I'm so glad I didn't buy Luna. I was about to buy $100,000 worth. Yeah, you got really lucky you didn't. KSI put 2.8 million in, and as of right now, it is worth $17. And it only took 5 days, or 6 days. Absolutely deserved, though.
Many fans instead walked away with nothing but disappointment,
Trash
high
project.
transaction fees, and stolen funds. Now, initially, this
Hey,
other
Brian
side
Aqua
endeavor
from
proved
Resub
successful
Brew.
with high volumes of NFT trading. Yuga Labs sold other deed NFTs via OpenSea. The collection sold, or at least tried to sell, tokens to claim real estate and resources in Yuga's upcoming metaverse game Otherside. The NFT drop netted approximately $310 million in just a few short hours. That also had this side effect of the sale generating far more traffic than expected on the Ethereum blockchain, resulting in Ethereum gas fees of up to $14,000 for some users and failed transactions for others. What are gas fees? Well, they're charges passed onto users to compensate for the computing energy of processing Ethereum transactions. It's a service fee of sorts, a tax that has to do with how much energy your Ethereum transaction used. Based on that, you have to just give a little extra to pay for that used energy. Kind of like how, if you ask someone for a ride and they ask you to pay gas fees for doing you that solid. So the higher than expected traffic led to some users being fined gas fees up to $14,000. And then for others, they experienced failed transactions and purchases, but were still charged for the energy costs, even though they got nothing out of their Ethereum transaction. It's the equivalent of, asking someone for a ride and them charging you for gas fees even though they never showed up and stood you up. And gas fees across the board became so sky high that we got in a situation where users paid $165 million in gas fees during the sale due to other sites' poorly developed smart contract code. Now, this is where we delve into the nitty-gritty of the Ethereum technology. Smart contracts are a feature of Ethereum's ERC20 token. They initiate action between two entities when all predefined criteria are met and the transaction has been validated across the Ethereum network.
Yeah, kind of lame.
Poorly developed
just how did they lose so much money and what's up with the game?
Criteria resulted in massive congestion and high transaction fees across the Ethereum network. And that congestion contributed to failed transactions that people were charged gas fees for, even though they didn't go through. On top of flaws with the technology itself causing people to lose money, There is also scammers who got in to get a piece of the pie. Some NFT collectors were drawn in and taken advantage of by phishing attacks via fraudulent sites offering gas refunds and additional NFT minting opportunities.
Nice.
Many scammers required users to register and connect their wallets for a full gas refund and access an other side lands raffle list, leaving their assets vulnerable to unintended access. So they exploited the high gas fees that this whole situation caused to fool people into thinking that they were gonna get their gas fees reimbursed, but instead they ended up being traps that led them to lose just that much more. And this attack by scammers resulted in millions of dollars in NFTs being stolen and sent to scammers' wallets. It is specifically highlighted that one wallet address managed to earn more than $5 million from unsuspecting users. And guess what? With the NFT and blockchain landscape still kind of being a wild west with very little in the way of regulation, there's no recourse for this kind of stuff. People who are afflicted by these scams usually end up having to just eat those losses because there's nothing in place to allow them to seek restitution or anything of the sort. They got screwed over in this landscape where crime, theft, and whatnot is rampant and is kind of being, in large part, allowed. Now, Yuga Labs did respond via this tweet from May 4th where they said that we have refunded gas fees to everyone who made a transaction that failed due to network conditions caused by the mint. The fees have been sent back to wallets used for the initial transaction. Here's how to find your refund. So basically, those who asked for a ride and got stood up and were automatically charged for gas fees even though they never got the ride that they asked for, were given that money back for the gas fees that shouldn't have been charged. But for those who got those high gas fees with successful transactions, well, they just had to pay that fee. As for those who were scammed by, well, scammers, users who fell victim to the phishing scam are out of luck. As TechSpot points out, this isn't the first time that Bored Ape Yacht Club got targeted. In fact, they have successfully been targeted in the past. Here's a situation from not that long ago, back in April 25th, 2022.
Somehow all of these crypto, or not even crypto bros, but like these NFT bros always fall for phishing scams. The oldest and most easily identifiable scam on the internet. Like, buying NFTs, they all talk about like the technology and all that shit behind it, but they clearly have no understanding of anything in the first place when it comes to the internet. Falling for a phishing link is crazy.
Is a report from The Verge that reads, thief steals $1 million of Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs with Instagram hack. Actually, that number was closer to $3 million, and they essentially used a phishing post on Instagram after they hacked into the Bored Ape Yacht Club Instagram account. And if hackers aren't hacking into Instagram accounts or going into NFT Discord channels and attacking there, looking to steal cryptocurrency, looking to fish people into other traps, and I've already pointed out before a number of examples where people have had their apes stolen from this post that talks about how Bored Ape holder S27 lost their bubblegum ape and matching mutants. Gee, that's a combination of words and a half. And then you got this infamous tweet, I've been hacked, all my apes gone, this just sold, please help me. This is a tweet that wasn't met with a whole lot of sympathy, with people essentially going, what did you expect would happen when you participated in this shady landscape rife with scams, theft, crimes. And beyond thefts against individuals, hackers have hacked major companies as well. Back in January of 2022, Crypto.com lost $30 million to a hack. Here we have Beanstalk, who lost $180 million to a get-rich-quick scheme. Those numbers get far worse when you look at this DeFi hack that resulted in $322 million getting stolen. Next up, we got Bitcoin's $460 million disaster, and this is a report from back in 2014, so this is definitely not new territory we are in. Next up, we got a $600 million theft on the part of hackers executed against Poly Network. And then here we have a video game related blockchain theft that is currently the second highest in terms of how much money was stolen by hackers. A hacker stole $625 million from the blockchain behind NFT game Axie.
That's the one where it's very big in the Philippines, and what they do is they pay people to play for them, and they pay them below minimum wage to literally always be grinding the game in order to mint coins. because that makes them money. So the big thing is they pay workers, well, they pay minimum wage to people in the Philippines to keep playing this dog shit game in order to earn doubloons in Axie Infinity. It's kind of wild. Thanks to the bits again, Naruto. Imagine that being your existence. Yeah, that sounds fucking miserable. Game looks like trash. I was extremely happy to hear that they got 625 million thrown in the shitter. And yet people still swear by it that it'll never happen again.
Infinity. This is the shady, crime-ridden, theft-ridden, con and scheme-ridden environment that so many companies want to normalize, despite knowing that it is currently a Wild West, dangerous landscape. It's what game companies are promoting as the future of gaming, and trying to normalize this right here and now with no concerns about the general lack of security and the overall adverse effects that NFTs are having, not just to the environment, but to people partaking. In the same manner that companies are trying to sell loot boxes as something good, as something fun, something...
Interesting question. Can these hackers... Hold on, it just went away. Where'd that go? Man, where the fuck did it go? God damn it, I just lost it. The question was basically, can hackers go to jail if they get caught for this? And that's a question that I don't know the answer to. I'm imagining they can, even though it's like decentralized or whatever. I'm still pretty sure they could go to jail for it. So just because it's decentralized doesn't mean that it's completely lawless. Thanks to resub Rabbit, Tildren, and Gray.
Ethical when studies have shown that they have the same psychological effects as gambling, but companies don't want to acknowledge these negative factors and inform customers because that's not profitable. Keeping customers informed and being honest to customers about the negative effects of profitable and lucrative schemes is just not profitable. But recent signs seem to suggest that the NFT fad is passing and that engagement is seen among a niche group. The masses certainly don't seem to be as enthusiastic about NFTs as they once were when the conversation was raging on. NFT sales are flatlining, and data seems to show that interest surrounding NFTs is very quickly diminishing, and people are getting wiser about this stuff, understanding that this stuff really isn't safe or offer any advantages really that current technology doesn't offer. NFT cons continue to outweigh the pros, and that's why there is a continued high level of backlash against any companies that announce
I hope
NFT
NFTs completely die, just so that way I can see how people defend it.
Normalization, I think
for
people are wiser
a year now,
about
said it's here to
allowing
stay.
companies to normalize things that clearly seem shady, and hopefully that pushback continues until NFTs are just too risky of a proposition for companies to be able to normalize them. Turns out these non-fungible tokens are pretty fungible if people know what they're doing, if attackers and hackers know what they're doing. I mean, hackers are making these heists and thefts look easy. And when you consider how lax game companies have been about security in terms of our personal information and whatnot, are we really going to trust that game companies are not going to suffer similar hacks, and that people who invest in video game-related NFTs won't potentially one day see their wallets emptied out and their collections emptied out with no recourse? Hell, this whole situation with Bored Yacht Club already gives us a glimpse of what could happen in the gaming landscape, as this endeavor here, Other Deed, is video game related. It's a crypto-based MMO RPG. It is a massively multiplayer online video game where many fans walked away with nothing but disappointment, high transaction fees, and stolen funds. And you can bet your ass that it can happen to Bored Yacht Club's game. It can certainly happen to EA games and Ubisoft games and their Quartz crap, and all these other greedy companies are trying to get a piece of this pie while the gold rush is still rushing. Or at the very least, that's one man's take on everything in the current NFT landscape and game companies' pathetic attempts to normalize this stuff. And hopefully the pushback is enough that the normalization will never happen. But that's just me.
I think the normalization
what
happened.
Your thoughts and opinions are on the latest NFT heist and thefts And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.
It was absolutely normalized, but now it's just a joke. You see Madonna's NFTs? Yeah, the one where she keeps shooting life out of her pussy. Like trees and shit. Yeah, I saw it. Hers is cool, though. She's just always got her legs spread with, like, candy growing out of it and whatever. It's pretty awesome. That one's nasty. She's 63. Yeah, but Madonna waifu in the blockchain isn't 63. She's young again. Link? Just look up the Madonna NFTs. It's extremely aggressive, though. Just visiting the page immediately takes you to, like, the actual art, which is, I think it's a tree shooting out of her pussy.